What's up? We're back with another World Cup game, and this time I'm playing Black and White UU against the team Rest of World, and they are a team that's basically a mixture of all the smaller countries in the world that don't have enough players to make a team. So we're using a pretty interesting team with Life Orb Sharpedo as a cleaner, and the idea is to break down the team with threats like Nidoqueen and Raikou, and then sweep the end game with Sharpedo. So for example, Heracross takes 88% from Sharpedo, so I'll need to chip Heracross down below 88%. I'll need to chip Snorlax down. I'll need to chip Blastoise down. If I can chip these things down, then in the end game, Speed Boost Sharpedo will win the game. And looking at the lead matchup right now, I really want to lead Nidoqueen here. That's my main idea because I do want to get Stealth Rock up. Stealth Rock up is really valuable in Black and White because there is no defog. So I really want to get Stealth Rock up. But the problem is that I'm scared of the Nidoqueen versus Nidoqueen interaction because my Nidoqueen is not max speed. It has a little bit of bulk on it. So if we lead Nidoqueen, and he happens to be faster than me, I'm just going to die on turn 1. And that's not a risk I'm willing to take. I'm not confident enough in my own Nidoqueen to make that risk. So I am not going to lead Nidoqueen even though I really want Stealth Rock up. And looking at his team, it looks like he's either going to lead Nidoqueen or Banded Victini, because Banded Victini can immediately be a threat or it can U-turn out. So I'm going to lead Snorlax to counter lead both Nidoqueen and Victini. And he does go Nidoqueen here. So I got the lead matchup I wanted, and there's one very subtle thing right now. Because he led Nidoqueen, it means he wasn't scared of Nidoqueen versus Nidoqueen. And because he wasn't scared, I can reasonably guess that this must be a very fast Nidoqueen. It doesn't have a lot of bulk. That's the reasonable assumption I can make, because otherwise you would be too scared of the Nidoqueen lead. So I know that Nidoqueen is going to be fast, and I know I have a good lead matchup here with Snorlax versus a special attacker. And he uses Focus Blast and he crits me immediately. So that really sucked right now. It changes my entire game plan because Focus Blast, first of all, it had to hit the attack. Then it does 45 to 52. So he had to do above 50 and then critical hit to double that damage. So really bad start, and I'm already down 6-5 on the Focus Blast crit right now. And now I have to change my game plan. In the beginning, I was planning on weakening him early on and then sweeping with Sharpedo later. But now I don't have that luxury anymore. I don't have anything that can actually handle the Nidoqueen. So I go to Sharpedo immediately and I change my game plan. I adapted a little, and now I'm going to use Sharpedo as a way to force Nidoqueen out. So a bit of a change of game plan here. He goes Blastoise, I predicted, and use Crunch here. I get good damage, and this is going to set up Sharpedo in the late game because this damage is always going to be good. And now I go to Shaymin here, and he uses Toxic. And now I am Leech Seed, protect Shaymin with Seed Flare. But the thing is, I've gotten myself into a good position momentum-wise. Now I want to take advantage of that. So I predict the switch into Zapdos, and I double switch into Raikou. And now he goes Zapdos here, and he should be a little scared of Raikou and might be Substitute, you never know. I Calm Mind as he goes Nidoqueen. And now this is where something really good is about to happen. I know the Nidoqueen doesn't have bulk. I know that because he wasn't scared of that turn 1 interaction. And he doesn't know that I'm actually Life Orb Raikou. He doesn't know I'm Life Orb. Life Orb is uncommon, so he doesn't know it, but I know stuff about him, and we surprise kill him with Life Orb Extrasensory. So a really good surprise kill right now. And now he goes Snorlax, and I'm forced out to Gligar. And Gligar has U-turn, so it can U-turn out pretty easily here. But instead I use Toxic, and I get Toxic on Blastoise. And this is all setting up the late game sweep from Sharpedo, because I do need damage on Blastoise right now. And now I have a choice to make. Do I go to Shaymin or Raikou? And the distinction is very subtle right now. Shaymin matches up better versus Blastoise because it's not afraid of damage. Like Scald doesn't do enough damage to it, but Scald does a lot of damage to, for example, Raikou. So it's a very interesting decision what to make. So Shaymin is a very safe play, but Raikou is a very ambitious play, right? And I decide I'm going to go Raikou because it covers Blastoise, but it also handles the Zapdos switch-in, which he might make. He might predict my Shaymin and go Zapdos. So I'm taking a risk because if I get hit by Scald, I'm going to take a lot of damage, but I'm predicting that he either won't Scald or he'll double switch to, for example, Zapdos. That is my prediction here. So a very subtle distinction, defensive versus offensive. I go the offensive variant, and he goes to Zapdos, and my prediction works out well. So I'm in a good position right now. I Thunderbolt for damage. Fortunately, I get the paralysis here. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, because I do get the paralysis, but it also means that my Gligar cannot use Toxic on him anymore. So a bit of a double-edged sword, but overall I would say it's a good way to get damage on Zapdos. He uses Toxic on my Raikou here. And now I simply go to Nidoqueen here. He uses Roost, and now my Nidoqueen is in an offensive position right now. He goes to Victini, which is a good play. I get Stealth Rock up here, and this Stealth Rock is going to be valuable for Heracross, because I remember I said that you need 88% on Heracross for Sharpedo to sweep. So getting Stealth Rock up is pretty good. Stealth Rock helps versus Victini, it helps versus Zapdos. It's overall a very good idea to get Stealth Rock up. And he goes to Victini, which is very likely to be Choice Banded. Choice Banded Victini is a huge threat. So I'm forced out, and I go to Gligar, which lives the hit. But because Victini loses its speed, Gligar actually outspeeds Victini. And he goes to Blastoise here, and I have a choice. I can either Roost or U-turn. But in my mind, Roosting is a good play, it's fine, but I really value momentum more than health on Gligar, because anytime I want, I can Roost on the Snorlax, it's not an issue. So instead, I choose momentum instead of health on Gligar. So I U-turn out, instead of healing my Gligar, I go to Raikou, and I'm back in an offensive position again. So that was a strategic decision that I'm okay with Gligar losing health. So I Thunderbolt here, and now my plan is I actually want to go Shaymin and start Leech Seeding, but he makes a good prediction and pursuits me out. And now I go Shaymin, but Raikou took a lot of damage, but fortunately I'm going to be able to Leech Seed here. So he goes Zapdos here. I throw off a Leech Seed, good damage. Now potentially I can go Gligar, I can go Nidoqueen, I can do a lot of things right now. I go Nidoqueen as he goes to Snorlax here. And now is my chance to go to Gligar and heal back up, because Snorlax is too slow, not really strong enough either. But what I'm worried about right now is, say I go to Gligar and he predicts me and goes into something like Victini or, for example, Blastoise, right? So I'm a little bit concerned about that. So just to keep him honest, I'm going to Earth Power here, just to make sure he doesn't get an idea of switching, make sure that I'm still a little bit unpredictable. So I Earth Power first, and now I go to Gligar. So Jace basically causing some instability here, making sure that he doesn't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I am going to Earth Power instead of going Gligar. He really doesn't know. And now I get a favorable position right now. And now is when I can Roost. So that little sequence right there, very subtle sequence, but it gets me back up to full right now. Blastoise is going to take damage. Unfortunately, I do give up the Rapid Spin here. I can't stop Rapid Spin from happening. So he uses Rapid Spin right now. Shaymin's in a good spot right now, can do a lot of damage versus a lot of things. I Seed Flare here, I do good damage. And now I reveal Protect. Leech Seed, press Protect. And he tricks expecting me to go Gligar, but I'm totally fine with that. He tricks me again, loses the Choice Band, I Leech Seed again. He's taking damage right now. Slowly but surely his Pokemon are getting whittled right now. I go to Gligar here. And I U-turn here, and I'm going to go to Nidoqueen, and now I can get my Stealth Rock back up. So I'm going to get my Stealth Rock back up right now. He goes to Snorlax, which is his special check. I Earth Power here just to keep him honest, make sure he doesn't get any double switching idea. Earth Power again, Gligar here. And one important thing to note about that Earth Power is it's putting Snorlax in range of Sharpedo. So even if you don't notice it, his Pokemon are getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and that is going to help Sharpedo in the late game. So he uses Body Slam here, not really good enough. He uses Protect as I just Earthquake here. And now he goes Zapdos here. I Earthquake again, not really predicting anything right now. But I Roost here, and the reason I Roost is so that Hidden Power Ice does not do a lot of damage to me, so I'm basically scouting him out right now. And I'm waiting for him to make a mistake or for a full paralysis. He uses Roost now, and now I can U-turn out. So I U-turn out, I go into Shaymin here, Choice Banded right now. I take 32, not really a lot. And now I can throw off another Leech Seed right now. No switching. And here he sacrifices Blastoise to the Leech Seed. Damage, toxic, everything. And now Sharpedo looking good again. Keep track of all his Pokemon. Sharpedo is always going to look good. He goes Snorlax here, but Snorlax is just going to be bait for Choice Banded Leech Seed right now. So Leech Seed coming in again, Body Slam, does 28. Paralysis doesn't matter because of Natural Clear, but 28 gets healed back. He goes to Victini now. But Victini gets hit by another Choice Banded Leech Seed. He's taking damage all over right now. Now I go to Gligar, but he makes a good play, he U-turns right now. And he goes back into Zapdos, but ultimately he's going to really struggle with Gligar right now, because Hidden Power Ice does not do enough damage. I U-turn out, into Shaymin. I'm ready to throw off another Leech Seed, and right now it's about cleaning up. It's about getting into the right positions to not choke the game. Leech Seed here, Hidden Power Ice. Takes damage. And now I go Sharpedo on the Hidden Power Ice, and now all the work we did early in the game is going to come to fruition now. Sharpedo can start cleaning up the game right now. He sacrifices Victini here, I protect just to be safe. And now we're going to see all the damage come into play, all the chip damage, everything we've worked so hard for. Now it's going to start coming into play. We waterfall the Victini dead. He goes to Heracross, which does live. He does live one hit. So I go to Gligar to switch him. Close combat, not enough. Takes damage, doesn't take damage. He goes to Zapdos now, but we U-turn here, and he can't stop the Sharpedo. The Sharpedo is finally coming into play right now. He cannot stop the Sharpedo from cleaning up the game. Speed Boost Life Orb is too good, Waterfall takes him down. Heracross is going to die, Snorlax is going to die, and he forfeits the game, and we win the game, and that puts India one more game up. So after this we'll be 9-7, good for tied for second place right now. So overall a really good season from us so far, and yeah, thank you for watching.